depth about the most critical button in the whole browser. It is my opinion that everyone should be signing in up here in the upper right hand corner. As we said in the previous video, you don't want to sign in down underneath here in the product level, because you can get yourself very confused. So for example, in Jamboard, I could be signed in as any number of people, but over here in Drive, I could be signed in as somebody completely different. I could be signed in as somebody different in Docs as I could be in Drive, as I could be in Classroom. And that can cause a lot of confusion, especially when you have multiple users on one computer or even in one household. So it's best to sign in up here in the upper right. As you can see, my sync is on. I'm going to flip the page here and kind of show you the main buttons that show up. Essentially at the top, when you click this, you're going to get the key, the credit card, and the location. That doesn't mean you have to have stuff in there, but those are quick access for your payments, passwords, and location information. So for example, if I hit this addresses and more, it would let me see any stored addresses. If it hit payment methods, any stored credit cards, any passwords, any stored passwords. This is telling me sync is on. An example of what that might look like not on, I'm going to jump over here to test teacher 2. You'll see in the upper right hand corner, they are paused. Their sync is paused and it's asking them to sign in again. If they sign in again, essentially it will link their data and the sync will be on. You want the sync on. Sync does not mean that everything that's on the desktop goes up to the cloud. It just means that the browser is set to your custom settings. Think of a car. If you like your seat pushed up far, the seat's going to move to the spot you want it to be. So all the sync means is that your bookmarks, all your history, all your extensions, everything that's in your browser will be available to you on that device. Now, this middle button, I don't normally hit it, but it does take you to your Google account. How that looks just takes you to the back end deep features of your Google account, security, data personalization, all that type of stuff. Now, the next most important thing, if you want to keep your stuff private, is to have other people. So what's great about being in this Swortchek profile is all the products get signed in as me. If I go down here and click somebody else, like if I click FETV, it brings up a different window. And notice FETV's profile shows up. FETV has a black profile. It doesn't have as many extensions. If I were to go in to any of these apps, they're all signed in to FETV. So if I go into slides, you'll notice FETV's signed into slides. And then when I don't want to be on that, I can come back to my regular computer. Now, basically what happens here is you can add a person down at the bottom. So if you need to add a person, you can click that and it'll say, what do you want that person to be called? This is kind of irrelevant because once you put something in and press add, essentially it's going to want you to sign in. And once you sign in, it'll sync, and then that person will be available one with their name. Now you see I have KK and K and ASDF. Those are just practice accounts. You can delete those. So you say like, okay, well, how do you delete those? If you hit the gear, you can grab any profile you want at any time and remove that person. So these are just removing the profile from the Chrome browser on that particular device. So now when we remove them and press close, I can flip between anybody I want. Now again, what's great is if this is my personal account. When I want to do personal business, personal banking, personal whatever, I flip to this profile and it will take me completely out of my school browser. So again, this is the most important thing. Signing in up in the upper right allows you to have access to various profiles and access to your own profile and keep everything separate.